Last week in the MX1 class, Deschambeau Gorky gets the shot. Top three boys banging bars. Fasciotti was the capitalist. Gorky goes wide. Yotes wins the first moto. And guess what? He hole shots the second moto. He was leaving, and then there was some contact. Gorky's the danger man, goes wide and then inside, takes care of Metcalf, and grabs the overall. Welcome, sport fans, to the 2015 Rockstar Energy Drink Motocross Nationals. This week, the Riverglade MX Park just outside of Moncton, New Brunswick. MX1 pilots at the gate with their selections. Today's MX1 racing will be presented by Motovan.com, Canada's source for power sports, parts, and accessories. All right, Babs, let's get to our points in the MX1 class after 7 of 10. Gerke's looking good with a 22-point lead, but Metcalf and Fasciotti are coming on, especially Fasciotti's been riding great lately.
He sure has, and Cole Thompson has also improved his game, as well as Medallia. Bobby Canary solid in 6th, but it's Clayson, the danger man, with Keys to Mare out. Schmoke has a chance to step up a notch.
Okay, MX1 riders going out onto parade. Gorgeous lines here as we see the Rockstar models gracing the start straight. This Riverglade MX Park is different, Brian. We've had 3 sand races in a row, now a little bit of hard pack. There's tons of rocks in here. That rich red East Coast soil, when they put the water to it, it looks amazing.
Yeah, and it gets clumpy as well, and there's really good traction where it's tilled up, but it has been tilled deep, so there's a lot of inside-outside ruts in that little bit there. You can see those clumps of dirt, just enough to throw you off kilter.
Fabulous jumps here. Dynamite spectator turnout. Very knowledgeable crowd. One of our favorite tracks on the series, so it's going to be an absolute beauty. Oh, look at this. The Rockstar cans are piled up, and there's 4 Rockstar cans as well. This is the Riverglade MX Park just outside of Moncton, New Brunswick. Mark Travers and Brian Coster in the booth as we get set to bring you some MX1 racing. The absolutely gorgeous Rockstar Matty with that 30 board. This first MX1 Moto will be brought to you by RoyalDistributing.com, Canada's power sports leader, with the lovely Rockstar L bringing that Moto 1 board across. Sir Paul Kingsley in his perch. Time to buckle up, Brian. MX1 racing's about to begin.
You got that right, Travs, and this is what the crowd loves, the MX1 Motos. These guys all doing their last-minute adjustments, their little rituals. You can see Medi making sure his gloves are in there nice and tight. Now the mechanics making their way up to the mechanics area. It's about to be go time. 5 sideways. All riders focusing on the gate. Oh, Meston jump starts it. The rest of the guys out clean. He's going to back up and get back on track. But out front, it looks like Matt Gerke with that Royal Distributing hole. Yeah.
Nice, super fast straightaway into a blazing left-hander into the GP section. But look at this, the 148, Tommy Gunn, Cole Thompson has the lead. Coming through that rhythm section, Brian, a very difficult part of the track. Some good combinations down there, down into the trees and KTM.
Thompson just empties the clip on the rest of the field, quickly moving past Gerke. We don't see the Gerkman get passed out here too often. What a dynamic move by the young Canadian pilot.
Some changes to the track this season, Brian, through the mechanics area around the trees. I love this little Zox switchback section, very difficult. Riders now paddling through those S-turns.
I love this section too, Traz, that hip jump on the inside, and then you got to crisscross to get to the inside, so if a rider's trying to come around the outside, it's going to be collision time right now. Gerke's eating some roost.
To the modified Catapult, one of the greatest name jumps in the country, Brian, named after Dusty Klatt, former Canadian champion, of course, but they made it a lot easier for the little bikes. All the MX1 bikes are doing it.
Last year, I think there was only 2, maybe 3 riders doing it in the 450 class. None of the little bikes able to do it, so I like the way you coined that, so most of the field can clear that jump. On board with Kyle Swanson, Devil's Lake MX Yamaha, the champ. Fat Yotes comes right out of the box, swinging hard, but it is the Gerkman with that Royal Distributing hole shot. Nice shot of the rest of the field, and oh, riders having issues. Not such a great start for Swanee. He's usually up in that top 5, so a little catch-up for Swanson here.
A new pilot in the MX1 class just picked up by that Devil's Lake squad. Quick point, Metcalf without a teammate today, Brian. The number 5 at Teddy Mayer injured, not racing for that Monster Energy leading edge Kawasaki team. Back to our lead package. The 148, Cole Thompson, Royal Distributing Fox KTM to the wall hit. Here comes Gerke. Looks like Gerke's got an issue, Brian. He's backed off.
He lands into a stall position, so the Gerke looked like he was making a play for the lead. He's off to the side of the track, so now that gives Cole Thompson Fox back factory KTM rider a little reprieve from the rest of the field. I love it.
Well, think about what this does to the championship, Brian. For crying out loud, Metcalf and Fasciotti have gotten by, and it looks like he's got a problem with his chain.
This could be the championship right here. Gert cannot get on. Steve Sims, his mechanic, coaching him. He's not allowed to touch the motorcycle when they're out of the mechanics area. That is fully legal. Coached him to roll it on, and it looked like he rolled that chain on. Oh, we got action everywhere.
Clayson and Metcalf through the Zox S turns. Metcalf with the inside. Does he push him wide? Oh, an absolute beauty. Clayson's been tough as nails this year. Brian, he's super tough to pass.
And with that puts Clayson in fourth, and Thompson out front by Thompson's Pond, where he had that huge swimming incident 2 years ago.
And there it is on the splitter. Brian, you see Thompson battling with Medallia, diving into that pond. He tried to race it out, but no way, went over the bars. It was actually kind of scary at the time because he felt like he was drowning, but safe. He got out, and he's back, and now he's leading a couple years later. Love it.
Man, oh man, and Fasciotti has caught up a little bit of ground there with great lines, of course. He won the first 2 motos in the last 2 rounds, so here we are. Can he keep that streak alive?
Yotes is gaining speed and momentum ever since Go for Dunes. He actually had the lead in the first moto there, for crying out loud. Remember Matt Gorky? Oh my goodness, Brian! The 123 of Brett Metcalf is off the track, and his bike is not going. That could be the second DNF of the season for him.
Holy smokes, just had a report that thing went up in a huge puff of smoke, so I think that's catastrophic. Metcalf parked right on the part of the track that merges with the starting line, so a lot of the spectators privy to what just went down.
Look at these in-your-face visuals here at Riverglade, Brian. Our lead package, they are bar to bar through this Yamaha Revs Your Heart corner. Absolutely loving it.
Did you see Cole throw it in those berms? Holy smokes, he's aggressive, but Tommy Gunn able to hold him back right now. So Clayson is in third. In hot pursuit is the number 3 of Tyler Medallia on that Husqvarna.
Medallia's a huge fan favorite down here, Brian. Of course, married to Heidi Cook, moved down to the East Coast, and here comes the 123 and Metcalf pushing his bike off. Championship hopes right now really have gone in the tank with that second DNF.
Nice to see the Yamaha boys lending a hand, but you are right. That is 2 DNFs to none for Fasciotti and none for Gerke. So that really puts Medi behind the ball, so to speak, in the points chase. Lapper kind of coasting by Thompson's Pond, allows Cole by, and I think Fat Yotes is going to get through clean too.
Thompson and Fasciotti have been spending a lot of time during the week training together, Brian. They're good friends, but good competitors on the track. They know how to race clean. Here comes the 101 of Matt Gerke, starting to make some passes, Brian. He's up to 15th. That's the number 30 of Kyle Keith, the beast from the East. You know how hard he is to pass, and he's in the top 10 in points.
And Keith's very comfortable back on the Honda motorcycle, teaming up with Gopher Dunes and Colton Fasciotti into the rhythm section. Great airtime and style by Thompson, and into the wall hit. Fasciotti also opting to stay low traps to save some energy.
I love the 450s on that rhythm section, Brian, because there's options and some combinations that you can do to go through there quickly. Difficult part of the track leading up to the wall hit. Thompson now leading Fasciotti into the mechanics area. Still really tight, Brian. Fasciotti's looking for options, and there are options out on this track. It's well prepped today. Look at how nice those new fences are. The fans getting close to this Zox section. Oh my, look at the contact. Oh my goodness.
Oh, writing was on the wall. We talked about that earlier. When you take that hip jump and then the other hip jump, you have to crisscross Fasciotti going around the outside there. That was inevitable.
Fabs, it looked like after the contact that Yotes was kicking down on his back brake, you know they came in pretty hard. There he is again, going over the catapult.
Yeah, you called it, Trav. Now here it is. Thompson likes that little hipper, and then he's got to cut over. Fasciotti getting aggressive, comes right into him. They collide, and that for sure is what bent his back brake lever. Bumps Thompson around the outside, but he recoups just fine. Fat Yotes legs all akimbo, trying to kick that lever back into position, and it's very common when you get up into someone or even a deep rut for that aluminum lever to peel around and be at 90 degrees with the bike. So he's got to straighten that back up so he can manipulate the brakes. And on this track, rear brake is quite important.
How about this? This is the battle for 5th place, Brian. The number 53, Davey Frazier, the local boy, one of the favorites out on this track, having his best round so far. He's in 5th, and here comes Matt Gerke, red paint, leading the series. Went down early with that chain issue, and now has made it all the way back up to 5th. That's damage control.
So here is Tyler, just past Clayson for 3rd, and getting back to Gerke. This could be the championship day for him, because if he didn't get this finish, that would have just opened the door for Fasciotti. And what an amazing break for the Yamaha guys.
Well, you think about it too with Metcalf's DNF for crying out loud, because that's a situation right there where if Metcalf and Fasciati both had a good finish in here, that would have put Gorky back even one position in this race.
Yeah, so unbelievable. This could be the biggest day of the year for Matt Gerke. But out front, Cole, Tommy Gunn, Thompson not getting a wheel wrong. I'd love to see this kid in this position. Another win will really be good for his confidence, for his stock for next year. Of course, mentored with KTM under JSR. This is where this kid wants to stay and grow.
Well, we talked about the fact that he has the top 4 speed. He's been in that little cluster, but there's just been little things here and there.
Oh!
What the heck is that, Brian? He stalled the motorcycle.
Yeah, he threw it in there and just stalled it back in. Now the KTM's got the electric start. Fasciati goes by. A gift for Colton Fasciati. Even with that bent brake lever, he's able to get the pass. And Thompson with that electric start, Trev, you think that thing would be up and going faster, and there he goes.
Oh, what a heartbreak for Thompson. He had the lead. He battled off Fasciati. Here it is again coming into this Zox S-turns. Difficult part of the track, Brian, once again.
He just throws it in and he takes the outside line. He's usually taking that hipper on the inside, opts for something different and just gets too much back brake in there, not enough clutch. Some of these guys are running these anti-stall, semi-recluse clutch arrangements there, but Thompson stalled it a couple times this year, Trav, so a very difficult thing for a rider to get over. It's just such a minor mistake, but it can cost so much in the end.
Costing a win here right now as we see the 101 Matt Gerke get his last lap flag, sitting in 5th. We talked about that pass he made on Davey Frazier. A lot of points made up for him to the #1 of Colton Fasciati, doing exactly what he had to do with that Gerke problem. That puts them quite a bit closer.
And with Thompson's stall, Fat Yotes is poised to keep that first Moto win streak alive. He has got a nice lead right now, working through a couple lap riders. Fat Yotes in that cheetah gear, looking fantastic.
Troy Lee Designs, Gopher Dunes Racing Honda takes the first Moto win with Colton Fasciati.
To the Yamaha leaderboard. How about Davey Fraser on that PRMX Cowie coming in 6th, Sean Robinson 7th, Swanson from a bad start to 8th, Matthew Davenport and Drew Roberts, great motos.
Winning the first MX1 Moto here at the Glade is the #1 of Colton Fasciati. Colt, a heck of a race. You and Cole Thompson had a fantastic battle. He stalls into a corner and you get the lead and you held on. Great win.
Yeah, it was a good battle those first few laps. Everybody was kind of running the same pace out there, and I was just right on Cole the whole moto there, and you know, I was trying to make a pass, but you know, it's kind of one line, and we set a good pace out there, and you know, got a little bit lucky. Unfortunately, I would have liked to pass him clean, but you know, that's how racing works sometimes.
The 148 of Cole Thompson, 2nd place, first MX1 Moto here from the Glade. Cole, you had the lead almost wire to wire. A quick stall in a corner caused some havoc for you, buddy.
Yeah, no, I felt great out there. We got off to a great start. You know, we've been working on our starts quite a bit lately, and I knew it was going to take a good start, and that's what I did. Got out front early, and then unfortunately, with 4 laps to go, I stalled it. And then after that, you know, Colin got by me, and I tried to make a late charge, but he was riding really good. And unfortunately, we ended the moto in 2nd, but we'll come back 2nd moto and try to put it back up here on #1 spot.
And finishing 3rd is the #3 Husky of Tyler Medalla. What a great race. Stick with us. More action.
Welcome back to round 8 of the 2015 Rockstar Energy Drink Motocross Nationals. This is the Riverglade MX Park just outside of Moncton, New Brunswick. Mark Travers and Brian Koster in the booth as we get ready for the 2nd MX1 Moto. Oh, careful there, Matty. That Moto 2 board is heavy. This 2nd MX1 Moto will be brought to you by Max Convenience Stores. They got it all, Fabs, cold drinks, snacks, jug milk. One of my favorite places to go. 30 board is up, MX1 pilots on the line, and we're ready to rock and roll.
Love this time of the day. 2nd moto track, a little rougher. Mechanics making it to their mechanics area. You can see Derek Medallia jogging over there to watch his boy Tyler, see if he can one better that 3rd in the first moto.
5 goes sideways, Brian, and we go on board the #24 Devil's Lake rider of Kyle Swanson. Let's see if he can get a better start this time. Gets swallowed up by the gun. Oh, on the inside line, and it looks like it's hard to see who got the whole shot, but I think the #1 of Colton Fasciati grabs the Royal Distributing whole shot.
I'd have to agree because he is in the point position. Bobby Canary right in behind him on that Rockstar Yamaha Bondi engine. And you know Canary is a mad dog, especially when he gets a good start.
I want to talk about Canary. He had a huge crash in the first moto, Brian. They think he dislocated his jaw. The team did not want him to ride, so what does he do? He grabs duct tape, duct tapes his jaw up, and gets into this race. It's in 2nd place for crying out loud. There may not be a tougher human being on the planet than Bobby K.
And he had that huge gash. His ribs are sore. His 1 foot is sore. Oh, and he gets a little bit hung up in those ruts. Gert gets around, but he still maintains third. So look at Tommy Gunn just over jumping down all up on the inside in the soft stuff, making a play on Canary for third. Does he have him? No, deny.
Oh, nice play for Canary, carrying speed on the outside. You know that Zock's S-turn section, Brian, was difficult in the first moto and then just caused the problem for Canary. He lost second place, but can't say enough about him. My goodness, oh, Medi with a big booter off the step down. Love it.
There's so many fast guys up front. We can see Clayson lurking around outside that top five through the Marin right-hander, down through the orchard, around the cow. He turned to Thompson's Pond, Colton, Faccioti out front, but it is the Gurkman who is making a play in second.
You know what's great about this track, Brian, is how close you can actually get to the action. You think about that tunnel jump, fantastic. Let's go back to the start as we get right down in the inside first corner. Get to see if Fasciotti for sure does get that roller stripping hole shot. Great to see the riders pounce off the line. Look at Fat Yotes come through here. Oh, all style leg up.
What a glorious shot right there. The speeds they reach, funneling through to that first turn by the Rockstar Ken. Awesome footage.
Gorky with the gloves on now, pressuring Fasciotti. We know he didn't like his finish in the first moto with that chain derailment. Finished fifth, salvaging a lot of points. Look at how gorgeous this rhythm section is, coming up to the wall hit. You know, Gorky and Fasciotti haven't had too many motos where they've been battling head-to-head. But right now, Gorky is pressuring hard.
He is, and he is taking alternate lines, trying to stay out of that Honda 450 roof zone, and he's crisscrossing around, and he's a bit of a wily veteran, Gurky, with line choice, so he knows when to push and pull out there.
And let's face it, a former champion in this country, I have to admit, I've gained new respect for him and his riding skills. I always knew he was fast, but he's got way better of an eye than I ever gave him before.
Yeah, and he is really all about this championship, making a play on Colton here. He wants it so bad, and all through the week, all he does is eat, drink, sleep, breathe, and dream this #1 plate.
He and his better half, Aaron, that is their focus to win this championship, Brian. And doesn't Fasciotti just look fantastic in that Troy League gear, styling all over the track?
It looked like he was going to whip it one way, and he just decides, I'm going to whip it the other way. He is so versatile on the bike, has such command of the motorcycle, and right now just laying down some good smooth laps. I think if Cole can just stay the course, keep his lines, he's got a good shot at beating Gurk here.
And when you watch Fasciotti, the body English out on the track, you can tell that he's feeling better. That's the Fasciotti we're used to. The #7 of Bobby Canary still in play. To the #3 of Tyler Medallia. I saw Metcalf back there. Back up to the step up into the grandstand section, Brian. Ooh, that lead is tight.
A lot of key players up front here. Metcalf riding his spare bike, and I don't think they put his race suspension on there. So Metcalf kind of acclimatizing himself to a different motorcycle for this moto.
To the Rockstar lock-off, best jump in the country, they call it, right here at the Riverglade MX Park into the start straight. This is the battle for the championship right now when we see it. Gurky has the lead in the championship, but Fasciotti's coming on strong, and here comes the gun.
It's evident the line choices that Gurky are taking are kind of opposite of Colton right now. We talk about how punishing the Roos is, especially up here with the 450s running, and on that wall, a big scrubber for Gurk as he gets into the soft stuff. Fasciotti's not having much room to breathe here.
He's not, but I like his defense, Brian. He's actually slowing down to ride a little wider in the track, and I think I can see it.
Good point. On this track, you want to make sure you really don't muff up your entry to the corners. Oh no, Fat Yotes goes wide right there. Gets up and over the cushion, and Gurky makes the pass. Oh, right by the mechanics area. That's gotta hurt.
So quick to capitalize, but that's the position that Gurky was in. He was not too far back, searching, looking. You're right, Fasciotti right into that soft stuff on the outside, lost traction. Gurky knifes it on the inside with the cutter.
I don't think Cole realized he was quite so close there, and Tyler Medallia making a play on Bobby K. Up the inside. Oh, he flusters the K-man, and he washes out the front wheel right in that soft, bermy dirt. Oh, a low slide for Bob, and that's got to be difficult for him getting up with those sore ribs and a sore ankle.
Don't forget about that dislocated John, that sore pumpkin out. He just stalled the bike, insult to injury. Let's get back to that pass, Brian. Fasciotti, then the Gurkman.
Fasciotti looks good. He just misses his turn in there and drifts wide, and Gurky doing it all right. Has nowhere to go but first place. Colton just a slight miscue. That's all it takes in this class.
The talent level in the top 10 in the MX1 class this year, Brian, is outstanding. You make a small mistake, someone's going to capitalize on you because they're right behind you.
You got that right, man. It has been a treat for us and the spectators alike. check this out now. It is Cole Thompson making a play on second. Look at Tommy Gunn up into the rhythm section. We know he's fast through here. He over jumps in the middle. He's got his own style.
Medalia's got an issue coming over the finish line, Brian. Oh my goodness, Clayson doubles through, just about landed on Medalia. He's going down to his back brake as well. Metcalf gets by and he loses a pair.
Well, you know, with these super fast 450s, the back brake is used so much more, and on this track, it's used into the corners, it's used to settle the suspension, tap it in midair, and it's not uncommon for these things to burn right out as Metcalf makes a play on Clayson for fourth.
Redemption Racing's Clayson's been very fast today and hard to pass. Metcalf, we know, had a problem with his bike in the first moto, so getting used to his second bike, it's not his practice bike, but maybe, as you said earlier, maybe not set up exactly the same.
Yeah, it seems that is the case. He does have kind of a more dominant race engine and suspension package, and in this level, when you're so used to your bike, it's hard to switch. And we know there's not many riders more professional than Metcalf to mitigate the damage.
Here comes Medalia making up a ton of time on Clayson. Remember, we just saw him lose 2 positions. Now he's back up on the rear wheel, the 761. That's our leader, Matt Gorky, getting his last lap flag. Moving back only a few seconds to Metcalf. Medalia has got by Clayson, and now he's pressuring the outseat.
Can you believe Tyler? Look at him go. He has caught up a ton of ground on Metcalf, and he is aggressive. So on the last lap, can he make a pass? Can Colton Fossey get boxy with Gerke? What do you think? Should Colton get in there, Travs, and just punt him in one of these corners and just take the gloves off and take this to a whole new level?
Well, if he wants to win the championship, he better. But look at this, Medalia has gotten by Metcalf, Brian. That's a big pass for Tyler late in the moto. He's all heart. I tell you what, start the race to the end of the race. That's how you do it.
I've always respected Tyler Medalia, and now he is taking it to a whole nother level, beating the man at the top of the respect chart here in Canada. It is Metcalf to our leader and points leader, Matt Gerke, on that Rockstar Yamaha, just turning a bad day into a good day. 5th in that first one, now poised to take the checkers here in the second moto.
But that's what champions do, Brian. They bounce back. We talk about people having lows and highs. You got to smooth those out. With Gorky getting the checker flag, he's got long arms, doesn't he, Pat?
He is like a spider on the bike. He can just turn it this way and that.
Welcome back to the Riverglade MX Park near Moncton, New Brunswick. Couple of dirty birdies in the impound. Let's get to our top 10. Second MX1 Moto. Wow, what a race for Cade Clayson in 6th. Kyle Keys with a nice ride in 7th. Swanson, Davey Frazier, what a day. And Drew Roberts again in the top 10. Fabulous.
For this Rockstar rider, it's all about damage control in the points, Matt. 5th in that first one. Pretty good coming from last. Then you bag the win here. Damage control, you're holding on to that red plate.
Yeah, I felt good today, all day. My Rockstar OTSF Yamaha factory connection, Pirelli tires, Bondi engine are ripping out there. First moto, I got the whole shot. I just had some bad luck. My chain came off, and actually it's not that bad of luck because luckily somehow I figured out how to put it back on, caught up to 5th, and then that race just got a good start again, 2nd or 3rd, and I was racing Colton. I got by him, and then, I mean, he was right there the whole race, but I felt good and got the win, so pumped on that.
First overall for the day, Colton. You won that first one, 2nd in that second moto after a fierce battle with Gerke. Awesome to get that overall, man. 3 moto wins on the year. You're catching those guys.
Yeah, it's kind of been a long time coming. It's been a tough series with starting off a little bit hurt, but you know, we're really finding the groove now. I got the first motos figured out, but second motos I'm just a little bit off, so I got to find a little bit more out there and maybe make a little bit less mistakes. But you know, overall a good day. I'm super happy.
To our series points after 8 of 10 rounds in the MX1 class. Fasciotti making up 6 points on Gerke today. Things are tightening up. Metcalf falling back with that DNF. Canary, Clayson, Mayer, and Dylan Schmoke still in the top 10.
Nice job, Trav. This is Tyler Medalia winning the Brian House Memorial Award for the top finishing maritime rider. Well deserved for that Husqvarna rider.
All right, you have been watching the 2015 Rockstar Energy Drink Motocross Nationals, presented by Motovan.com, Canada's source for power sports parts and accessories. Hey, don't forget to like us on Facebook and check out mxnationals.ca. For Brian Costa, I'm Mark Travers, all our friends at the Glade. Thanks for the hospitality. We'll see you next week in Quebec.